Hey, it's good to see you guys once again. I'm your kindly old Uncle G, and this is the Retroactivate podcast, where we'll discuss a classic LP that merits another look. Be sure to subscribe. Now, I'm sympathetic with listeners who never fully trust Tom Petty. His lyrics are as obsessed with running as they are standing one's ground. And as I write this, it strikes me that there is more fertile lyrical soil from which to harvest a rock and roll song. I don't share his obsession with that particular dichotomy. Though I'm a fan, his platform can be a little difficult to pin down, and his presentation can be a bit tone deaf. He's that sensitive guy who doesn't mind the frat boys hoisting a brew to his latest $1 million song. That said, Mojo, his 2010 recording with the Heartbreakers, is a celebration of 70s album-orientated rock that really delivers. Imagine the band warming up for a live in the studio event with a couple weeks of beer, pot, barbecue, and classic vinyl. Imagine these records: Abbey Road, Let It Bleed, Zeppelin's Presence, The Doors' L.A. Woman, some Hendrix, Grateful Dead, and Steely Dan. Mojo forgoes the hit single to pay tribute to these radio mainstays with tight ensemble playing that can't always be contained by a 3-minute verse-chorus setup. I Should Have Known It, for example, rocks harder than anything Petty and the Heartbreakers ever turned out. Though the lyrics retread the "we're through, you treated me mean" story, the guitars here should allow any Jimmy Page fan to close their eyes and feel as if a rare Zeppelin performance has been uncovered and spruced up. The album's final track, Good Enough, evokes the Beatles' "I Want You, She's So Heavy" by way of Gainesville, Florida. Her southern flair distinguishes this femme fatale in Petty's cry, "God bless this land, God bless this whiskey. I can't trust love, it's far too risky. If she marries into money, she's still gonna miss me, and that's good enough." Those lyrics temper angst with humor. It's an old story, but the loud, trippy guitars keep me engaged for its retelling. Running Man's Bible and The Trip to Pirates Cove explore the Heartbreakers' long, strange trip, each sounding more West Coast than Deep South. Though I'm not a sympathetic ear for rock stars lamenting that endless road that connects their touring caravan to the major money centers of North America, these tunes get at the mostly false promises that we can escape our hometowns and make our fortunes by retracing the historical Western expansion, a notion, though countered by the evidence, still ingrained in the American psyche. These escape songs draw from that final Doors record musically, but tap the inherent pathos of choosing the road and its Burma-shave heartbreaks to the more permanent hurt of home and hearth. Where Morrison's L.A. Woman is a glittering, neon-illuminated goddess, Petty ends up with the motel maid that wasn't his buddy's first choice. All of the stories here are familiar, but told with just enough cleverness to stay clear of the players. Led as always by guitarist Mike Campbell and keyboardist Ben Montench, long-term definers of the Heartbreakers band. It's notable that Mojo comes off the heels of Campbell, Tench, and Petty's reformation of Mudcrutch, their Gainesville bar band, the Proto-Heartbreakers. The Mudcrutch record, though spotty, put the guys back into journeyman formation, which is a good place for them to be, it ends up. It's a cool little companion piece that allows me to tune out, go to the bar for a beer while Mudcrutch plods through the dreadful Queen of the Go-Go Girls, but still sparks that joy in my rock and roll heart as they play the Bird song that I thought only I appreciated. And while Mudcrutch may have been Florida's bar band, Petty and the Heartbreakers are America's bar band. As big as they got, they remained the sort of rock and roll purist that could whip into the Clash's Should I Stay, the Box Tops, The Letter, or the Monkees' Stepping Stone during their sets. Mojo forgoes the covers to focus on classic rock homage. It is not an album for the A&R man who laments that he cannot hear a single. This is a love letter to every rock and roll fan who ever studied the fine print on a Stones or Zeppelin LP and wondered who W. Dixon was. It's one for that quiet kid who secretly hated Ted Nugent but wasn't enough of an outsider to shoplift the Sex Pistols record that they read about in Cream magazine. As always, it's been swell, but the swelling's gone down. I'll be back next season with more on the music that built and then threatened to destroy and then had a tickle fight with this great nation of ours. Be sure to subscribe, hit us up on Facebook, make some recommendations for season 2. Wouldn't be a party without you. This has been your kindly old Uncle G for the Retroactivate podcast. Stay strange, and I'll see you in a couple months.